Hey guys, you're watching Z1 and Only. My name is AJ. Welcome back to another episode of Let's Build an Adventure Map. Last episode, we finished off the squid. Not only did we do the end top room, but we also worked out the redstone in full scale so you guys could build along if you want to do a similar sort of puzzle to that on your own consoles or on your own PC. Today, we are back at the last puzzle, the sort of hide and seek part of it. So far, we've got a jungle biome which looks totally awesome, and the vines have all sort of grown down, or are growing down at least. I would have thought that they would have been grown down further by now, unless something happened and it removed them. I don't know that they're growing down. Maybe it hasn't grown all the way down yet. And we've got a snow biome in here. Totally awesome. So we're not going to do one of each biome. That would end up getting boring after, I don't know, 8 of them. I would start feeling a little bit dull. At the moment, I'm really enjoying doing them. But there's 2 more that I want to do. I think we're going to have 4 in total. We're going to have Mesa biome, and we're going to have roofed forest. They're the 4 that we're going to have. So what I've done is I've got a layer of red sand below as the floor, and below that I've got a layer of stone, because obviously red sand, like normal sand and gravel, gets affected by gravity, so it would just keep falling into the lava below. So I've got a sort of layer of stone stone below it. I've been drinking fizzy all day, so I've got like hiccups and burps. A layer of stone just to hold it up. Now, I've had a look at some Mesa biome photos for the order of the clay, and it appears to be red sand at the bottom, then 2 or 3 layers of hardened clay, white clay, hardened clay, brown clay, yellow clay, grey clay, and then it does technically go white clay, grey clay, red clay, brown clay, or something silly like that. They're pretty mixed up. But I'm going to do it yellow clay, grey clay, red clay, and then finish the top off, if we get that high, with hardened clay on the top. Now, luckily, we're not going to mine into this ground. And in adventure maps, you don't break blocks, you don't bust your way through them. So we don't need to make sure that each layer is specifically leveled. We just need to make sure that the visible layers are, which means we should be able to go brush sphere clay. Now, what's clay 1? Clay 1.5. What is it? It is clay. Oh, hold on. Undo. Is that actually... Oh, no, we need that one. Not the very white one. The white one is the normal clay. We don't want that. So what if I done... Oops. Let's make it smaller. 2. Cannot bind tools to stain clay. Blocks cannot be used. That's a little bit annoying, but shouldn't be too much of a problem. I should just be able to grab the clay and make our... So clay doesn't allow, but clay 1 does. Clay 1 doesn't anymore? Oh, I see. I wasn't on the block. Clay 2. That's probably why. That's the same. Clay 5. Okay, they're all exactly the same. That doesn't matter. What I can do then is I'm just going to build up some mounds, some mesa mounds. And then what we can do is we can layer the top of it with what color clay that we want. So we're going to come over with these. I want a nice sort of large mound up in the corner. Over here. I want to sort of drag this down here. We can smooth it all off afterwards. It's going to be very important. Otherwise, it's going to look like these giant cubes. But I want it very mountainous. We've got a very sort of flat snow one. We've got a very claustrophobic jungle one. This one I want to be really mountainous. So we're going to try and like cram as many mountains into this small area as possible. We need to be careful not to go into this area, which we did slightly. Oops. Just slightly. Oops. And the grass. And that one and that one. I knew we would have a little bit of casualty. There's nothing behind that wall, so I don't need to worry about that. But we want to try and build this up as much as possible. I want it to be really up and down. You know, you think that you get to the top and then, oh, there's a little bit more, and then you got to keep climbing over everything. It'll be really cool to have. So let's have this sort of piled up a little bit higher around here. And then I think we're pretty much at the maximum. Now, actually smoothing it is going to be difficult. If I grab another sword, smooth is going to be difficult because it's going to pull down the roof. We'll probably find brush smooth. Unless I can just it's not really clicking much at all, is it? It's not really affecting that much of it. Okay, that's no problem. I can terraform it up myself mostly. So, I think that looks pretty cool. If you imagine we're down on this level and you're sort of parkouring about, I can add some extra blocks in places to be able to get up in spots. But yeah, that's going to be a really cool feeling. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to first off put anything down on the bottom 2 layers and cover it with normal clay. Just around the side, the bottom 2 layers, cover up any white of that sort of layer like this. Okay. Then on the block above, we're going to go with white stained clay. So I'm going to go around like this. Then on one above that, I'm going to go around with brown stained clay. Something like this. Sort of have some areas where you can climb up, some areas where you can't climb up. And then I'm going to go around with yellow. Like this. Again, some areas that you can climb up, some areas that you can't climb up. And then some grey. Go around like this. Ugh. Beautiful. We have another yellow one in there. Come around the side like this, and then finally red on top. Now you have to be careful because you're going to sort of have to follow the contour of the mountains that we've already placed down, or that you've already placed down if you've done it as well, and try and get a sort of a cool level. Once you've done the red, then finish off with normal hardened clay on the very top of that, and then we'll think about adding some acacia trees or something like that, just to like finish that last little bit off. I think acacia trees would sort of suit quite well here. Anyway, I shall be back. Okay, I'm just finishing off, filling in the last few holes. It looks a little bit different because of the texture pack, because this is not the default texture pack. It's not going to look like the Mesa biome that we probably remember from like Zonocraft and stuff like that. But to prove that we should be pretty close, I will switch around. Oh, there's a little bit of grass up here to do still as well. So I'll fill these last ones in. And then when I go back to normal vanilla texture pack, we should have something that looks at least a little bit like a Mesa biome. Oh, there's one bit right there. Like, boop. I even put another layer of brown on the top as well. But let's go back. Oops. Resource patch. Got to hit done, apparently, first. That's a Mesa biome. Right there. That is, if you were in here like this, you'd say, yeah, I'm in a Mesa biome. Definitely. And made a real sounded really weird, like slime. Got some real natural curves and flows to it. Some, deeper pockets. It feels really, 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 really good. But where? Oops, not Warzone. We don't want that one. Where do we hide the button? We've done one in a cave. We've done one way up at the top of the map. I think this one should just be hidden sneakily, maybe in the middle of the map somewhere, just sneakily hidden away. Like, if I grab a button, what texture is it most like? We could do a wooden one as well. You see, a wooden one would obviously go quite well on the brown, and the grey hides pretty well. I like the wooden button though on the brown. That's quite sneaky. So where can we just stick one of these? It's not in a difficult place, like right here, like, boop. But how tricky is that to find? If you came from that way, it might be a little bit easier. So we want something that's like proper tricky to get. Well, not to get, just to like see. Like we could have it like that and that. Just tricky, but I want it in the middle of the map. Let's leave that block there as like a dummy. I want it in the middle of the map, but I want it like, trouble is, middle of the map is you can sort of get a 360 view of everything. Can we can go right there, or Oops. Like that. I think that's pretty good. That makes it look just a little bit more natural. Yeah. No, I'm going to go with that. So then that button is going to open the next door. Which I don't know should be on that side or on that side. It doesn't really matter where these doors open up. But I think that's pretty cool. I think that's pretty sweet. Now, we do need some trees. There is some grass, which is what I've done on the tops of these mounds. But I think we need cactus where we can. And that's about it. There isn't really any dead bushes or anything like that. We haven't got enough room for trees up on the top of these grass bits here. But we can definitely put some cactus in on these sand parts here. Oh, like that. And like that. It's so tough to get these cactus in because they can't have anything around them, can they? Probably a bad idea, but who cares? I can't fit any in there. I can have one in here. And I don't think I can fit in any here, can I? If I take that one away, I can. Oops. Like that. Beautiful. So there's... Beautiful. There's some cacti around the place as well. I suppose we could bone meal on the grass. Just get a few of them. Like that. I think that probably finishes it off quite nicely. Maybe a couple of grass bits on top of there. Yeah, that looks much better. Okay, so there's the Mesa biome done. Boy, does it look. I mean, in this resource pack, it doesn't do it too much justice. But that is definitely a Mesa biome. Now that we're in normal one. This is definitely a jungle. With a jungle temple in there. I haven't seen it in the default texture pack, actually. And this is definitely a snow biome. Perfect. Unfortunately, I am running short on time today. Okay, the video was going to end there because I was busy yesterday. It's now the next day. I've had an idea and I want to make the video a proper length. So we're going to do the last room here, the roofed forest. But I did have a cool idea. You know, we've got these doorways that go through to each biome. Okay, I want to be able to make sure that you can get back into the rooms. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave all of the doorways open. Okay, so where we've cut out these holes, I'm actually going to leave them open. And you've got to find each button in each biome, each of the 4 biomes. And then what's going to happen, I told you about the last biome, but I didn't like go into too much detail. I can tell you what it is now. The last biome is going to be an end portal room biome. I know it's not a biome, but it's a cool room to do. But in order to get in there, I was thinking about having something along the lines of this. Like I thought just last night, if I grab an iron door, look. Now imagine I had 4 iron doors. 1, 2, 3, 4. And it's down a hallway that you can't get down without opening the doors. And each button that you find, like the button in there will open up this door, the button in the jungle will open up the second one, the button in the mesa will open up the third one, and then the button in the roof forest will open up the 4th one, allowing you to go through into the end portal room. Obviously we'll build an end portal, you go through the end portal, you fight the dragon as the last boss. It's just a really cool way to sort of do the last one. Now, roof forest. I haven't put a roof on here yet because I don't know exactly how tall these trees actually are. I don't think that they're that tall, but I don't want to put it on and then struggle to be able to grow them. So let's grab some bone meal. Now, these are 4x4 trees. You can grow them 1x1s, but they're not like proper roofed forest trees. I'm also going to turn down hostile creatures. Turn down. I don't want to hear pigmen anymore. I've been hearing them for the last, I don't know how many episodes. Yeah, see, they are quite tall. Or that's a really tall one, at least. I think that's taller than what they usually are, in fact. I don't think they're usually that big. They're usually sort of quite stumped. That's sort of more like it. They have these sort of bits coming off them. So, that's more like it. That's just a lucky one. That's like, if you were going for a really good one in survival to be able to get some saplings from, that's the one that you want. That's really easy to be able to harvest. Roof forests have these trees, and they have mushrooms, giant mushrooms as well, so we'll have to grow some of those. I think that they can grow in the nether. I've never seen anybody, I can't remember in recent memory at least. Oh, that's a really cool one. I can't remember in recent memory at least someone growing giant mushrooms in the nether, even though there's so many giant mushrooms or mushrooms in the nether. I've never seen anybody do it. It's quite weird, really. Also, these trees are really easy to grow. Like, they're growing absolutely anywhere. I know, or at least I knew on PC Minecraft where we are here, I think when these trees first came out, you could actually bust through bedrock with them. You could go through the roof of the nether with them, which made good for really good gold farms and things like that. But anyway, mushroom. I don't know if you can do that now, and I don't know if you can do that on Xbox. I assume you probably can, to be honest. Oh, mushrooms do grow in the end. They look really cool, actually, in this texture pack as well. I tell you what would be good. And you can't do it, but I tell you what would be good. A 2x2. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know how you put the saplings down for a dark oak tree? Imagine doing that with mushrooms and growing a really big mushroom, like a really big stalk on the mushroom, and a really big... That would be awesome, to grow a really big mushroom. Unfortunately, I don't think they do. Well, I know that they don't, but it would be so cool, man. I'm sure there's probably a mod out there to do it. I know one of you can grow somewhere here. I know you can. Go on. Click. Nope. Okay, fair enough. I think that there's also the other type of giant mushroom as well. Man, these are not growing. These are not as happy to grow as the trees, are they? Maybe I should have put these down first. Oops. I could make my own if I wanted to. I could grab like the blocks that I need for it. Oh no, it just it selects back at that mushroom. That's quite annoying. Maybe I need to take down some of these trees and then do the mushrooms first. Stupid long grass. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. Okay, let me remove these trees. I shall start again. Okay, so I just edited them back. That spread really quick. I just edited them out, and I think it's a smart idea to put the mushrooms down first and then do the trees, because the trees seem to grow pretty much anywhere. And I'm gonna do, I think, 2 of the other type of mushroom. These ones aren't my favorite. These definitely aren't my favorite type of mushrooms. I like the red ones better. I think pretty much everyone does. You can make some really cool houses out of them too. Okay, beautiful. Then we'll go in with some big trees. Oops. Go on. Yes. Okay. Say these I think actually will break the walls if you grow them too close to the walls. I think they've got a totally different type of like spawn checks compared to other trees. But it doesn't look like they grow like through mushroom. Interesting. Interesting. So they might have fixed some of it. I know that you could grow them pretty much anywhere. When they first came out. I have no idea why. But check this out. Look, the mushrooms wouldn't grow at all anywhere around these spots. But now, these are growing like absolutely anywhere. Did that grow through the... It didn't grow through? Interesting. Interesting. Okay, can I squeeze another one in here? Oops. Uh-oh. Can I squeeze another single one in there? I can. Now, they're in roofed forests. You do occasionally, I don't know if they're meant to, but you occasionally find some oak trees as well. So if I can, like, squeeze an oak tree, because they're nice and single, they're only, like, smaller stalks. I'm looking at the mushroom again. The smaller trunks. So maybe we can fit some of these in here as well. Now, I would like to have the opportunity, the option. I want a bigger one again. I would like to have the option to be able to get on top of these trees. But I'm not going to have the button on top of the trees this time. I'm going to actually have them underneath. I think I know where I want them, where I want it as well. Or something like where I want it. But I want the option to be able to get on top of the trees. That's really weird. It's so weird building a biome and then you think that you're in the biome. I actually want it just hidden on one of these planks. One of these logs. Like right there would be a perfect one. Or maybe around the other side or something like that. This is a bit airy here. Oops. Yeah, perfect. You want to try and fill up any of these gaps. Roof forests don't have too much. Can I grow one in the corner here? What do you reckon? Roof forests don't have too much, like, air gaps going through. They are very much, no. They're very much sort of roofed. Hence the name. I have one here as well. Now, they're very flat biomes, though, which is why I haven't terraformed up the ground or anything like that. When you walk through a roof forest, they don't really have any ups and downs. They very rarely, in fact, have any rivers going through them, at least in my experience. You very rarely see rivers going through them. They're very much on their own. But it's quite good. We can actually walk through here without bashing our head on leaves and having to go around other trees all that often, if at all, which is good, because I don't like having to do that. People have been saying from the previous biome rooms, why not put some mob spawners about? I might do that. We've got the dragon fight coming, which is why I wasn't really bothered about mobs in this area, but I might. I don't know yet. Okay, so I think that's pretty good there, right? Now, what I can do with this one, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the glowstone over the top. Oh, we're like pretty much bang on where we would want to be. Put the glowstone on the top. Up here. Set to glowstone. That caps us off really, really nicely. But what I might do is I might find a way how to get up, because if you can get up onto this mushroom and, you know, onto the trees, you can at least then sort of explore up here a little bit, looking for the button, like how it was in the jungle biome, like a trick. Ooh, and you can fall down some spots as well. I could put the button inside a mushroom. That would be pretty cool. Yeah, I like that. Now I can do command blocks to, well, I probably will be, in fact, using command blocks to trigger the button press, because if not, we'd have to have a redstone line coming off one of each of the buttons. Now, the one in the cave isn't really that difficult to do a redstone line. The one in the Mesa biome isn't that difficult to do a redstone line. I can't even find where I put it. It was like here somewhere. Yeah, so I could have a redstone line underneath there going to it. But the jungle one, where exactly was it? If I can have a redstone line, I will. But it's not really that easy to have a redstone line. Yeah, I could hide it in the tree, but then I'm going to have a sort of lead going out somewhere or up the top. It makes it a little bit more obvious about where approximately it is. So using command block will definitely help out. So maybe not in a mushroom, because we're not going to be able to sort of hide the command block up as easily. But I could hide the command block up behind a tree somewhere. Like, I could put the button there and then have the command block there and then cover it back up with a leaf, and you're not going to be able to see it all that much. It's not a bad spot for it, but it is like, I do feel like it's in a bit of an obvious place. Obviously, you're never going to find a spot that is impossibly difficult to find the button, but that's not a bad one. That's not a bad one at all. I like that one. That's where it's going. How are we going to get up, though? How are we going to get up onto these trees? What if I made my own tree? Like my own little oak one, but it was like one of those like the stumpy ones that like nobody wants to grow, because like maybe the mushroom's there, so it grew like really stumpy, and then we can have like a tree sort of that you can climb up a little bit. And it's yeah, because this is gonna fool some people. They're gonna think, oh yeah, I can parkour up this tree. It must be the way that I need to go. When in reality, it's not. It's completely the wrong way. In fact, that's pretty funny. I'm quite a genius. Okay, we'll have it like this. I think I can still get up everywhere, like that. Yeah, like that. And then you can parkour from here over the top or wherever you want to go. And I think from down here, it just looks like a sort of retardedly grown tree, doesn't it? Yeah. Okay, beautiful. Okay, now, let's have... I think I've got room this way. I can make room this way. Oh, there's a fortress there. I didn't even see that. I didn't even know that was there. Now I can get rid of this netherrack really, really easily just by sort of clicking away. Get rid of that lava. Get rid of a load of room here. We shouldn't need all that much room, but you want enough room that this sort of stuff isn't going to get in the way of you. Because we need another biome here, don't we? The end portal biome. Go away, lava. Make holes in the lava here. You can see what I've missed and misclicked them. So we want to have stone brick. Stone, not monster eggs, stone brick. Oh, by the way, yes, I did use monster eggs in the arena. All done, all fixed. Thanks for letting me know, because I missed that. I didn't see it when I was doing it. So we need 4 iron doors on here. I'm going to add another 1. And then I'm going to grab the iron doors. Oops, iron doors. Hop out, get back through here somewhere. Oh, there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Beautiful. Each button that you push opens up the next door until you get into the end room, which we'll be doing next episode. If you guys enjoyed the episode, hit that like button. If you haven't already, then feel free to subscribe. We shall see you in the next episode.